Okay, before we even jump into this video, first thing first, I just want to say I appreciate you. Like, I just want to take a moment to just say thank you. We just crossed 5,000 subscribers. That means I feel like I have 5,000 therapists listen to me ramble on about all type of stuff dealing with the art space. But you listen, and I appreciate that. If you're new to this channel, my name is Troy Henry. I'm the founder of Artist Rise. In the last 4 years, we helped a lot of artists sell artwork pretty consistently, but I try to keep this channel as non-salesy as possible. So if you want to learn more about that, just go to like artistrise.com or something. Excuse me. For the last freaking 6 videos, I've been doing a burp like once on every video. I think it's becoming a thing. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about 6. I'm going to be talking about 6 sneaky hacks you could use to instantly start taking your art career to the next level. So I think it's going to be a really, really good video. Now, you use all 6. If you use all 6, you're going to do well. You could use any one you may feel out of the 6, but I think overall these little sneaky hacks could really transform your art career. Now, they call sneaky hacks for a reason. Some of the things I may mention you may not be fine with applying. I know I have a lot of sensitive artists who watch these videos. If you see me say something that you're like, oh, I don't feel right about applying that, then just don't apply it. It's that simple. These sneaky hacks are not mandatory, right? It's for the ones who are comfortable with applying them and will want to apply them. And if that's you, you're going to get a lot of value from this video. If it's not you, I do recommend still watching it so you could be aware of what you can be doing and take your art career to the next level. But like always, you probably want to pick up your paintbrush and start painting to this video, because I don't know how long it may be, but sometimes I can ramble on for a bit. Okay, let's go. So, first thing first. This is like a known one, but I do not see enough visual artists applying this. And if you a visual artist, this is like almost mandatory. So, first, let's talk about shipping. When it comes to creating artwork and shipping that artwork, shipping can get very expensive. It could get pretty expensive, mainly simply because you ship in a large size piece. Anything above usually 24 by 36 could get expensive, not necessarily because of the weight, but just the size, the space it take up. I seen shipping get as expensive as like $500, and I seen shipping get as expensive as like $1,000 for really big pieces. So let's just say shipping is average $250. I believe you should not be paying for shipping. I don't think any artist should pay for shipping. However, you also don't want to directly charge a customer shipping because they're not going to purchase. So I'll give you an example. If you're in conversation with a potential buyer and they really love your work and they're like, wow, I want to own this piece. This piece really speaks to me. Then if you tell them, hey, the piece is $1,500, they're like, yep, I'm buying it. They say, okay, cool. Now shipping is just $300. They're going to be like, what? $300 for shipping? And they're not going to buy. They're going to back out. I promise you. They're going to say, what? That's way too expensive. Mainly because in today's time, you have all these companies giving free shipping. I'm talking about Amazon or any company you come across, there's no cost for shipping, at least for expensive pieces. So you don't lose the sale, and so you can remain profit. What you want to do instead is just put the shipping price into the price of your artwork, and then just tell the buyer it's free shipping. Here's the thing. Someone that have $1,500 to spend on your artwork also have, what is that, $1,800. So if they have $1,500, they have $1,800. Because I want you to understand this. No one will spend their last $1,500 on your artwork. People may spend their last $1,500 on fixing their car or buying groceries for their family, but they're not going to spend it on artwork because it's not a necessity. So What I'm saying is, for your shipping, just charge the extra amount in the artwork, and they're going to instantly see the value of 1,800 for that artwork, and just tell them that the shipping will be free. Now, what happens is, when you tell them like, hey, I'm gonna cover shipping, no worry, because it can get a bit expensive, and the art piece is just 1,800. What's gonna happen is, you're gonna sell that artwork, and you're not gonna lose any profit from shipping the work to them. But however, when you actually state this in this way, it actually builds your relationship with that buyer. Mainly because they're gonna feel like, holy crap, this person is actually really, really cool, that they wouldn't have covered this expensive shipping for me. And everybody win in a situation. You don't lose no money. The buyer's paying the same exact amount they'll be paying either way. So it's not like you're charging them more. And all you're doing is just rewording how you stated. And that's it. So to wrap up, number one, when it comes to shipping, just put the shipping price into the price of your artwork, and then tell the buyer the shipping is free. That's it. Now, here's the thing. The question I always get is like, what if I don't know where they at located? What if I don't know how much shipping is going to cost? Just get a rough idea. Like, if you know you're in the United States and in the UK, just get a rough idea what shipping costs for the UK. And then here's what happens. I have artists that are like a seller work to somebody in the UK, and they find out the shipping is 300, but when they first talk to the buyer, they assumed it'd be 250. So they're like, oh crap, it's actually 300. I thought it'd be 250. What I do? Then you do nothing. Like, just still make the sale, right? But that's better than losing 300. Like, if you have to pay $50 for shipping, no big deal. Just do it. That's one. And by the way, I take my notes here, so you're gonna kind of like see me looking down. But number two, I highly recommend every artist, if you have pricing on your website, raise the pricing on your website or just remove it. That's two. This is crucial. If you have pricing on your website, either raise the prices, maybe an extra 1,000, 2,000, or remove it. Here's why. On your website, if people go to your website to purchase, great. But it's very rare for people to purchase from a website. That's just the simple math. The average website converts at 3%. That means you'll have to send 100 people to your website to get 3 of them to purchase. Let's happen to see 100 people find your website in the next 30 days and 3 of them buy. Everybody win. Everybody happy, right? However, here's what you want to do. You want to begin into conversation with potential buyers. When you get into conversation and they want to purchase your artwork, you can steal this phrase right now. Like, if you're painting, you probably want to like pause painting and write this phrase down. Just write it just like I'm about to say it. What you would say is, hey, typically in a gallery, my work would be whatever the price may be. Let's say we're gonna go with 3,000. So you're gonna say, typically in the gallery, my work would typically cost 3,000. However, I could tell you really love this piece, and because you buying it directly, I don't have to give the commission to the gallery. So I'm more than happy to sell this work to you for, and then say whatever the difference may be. Galleries usually take 50%. I wouldn't go all the way 50% because that's a huge incentive, but I go maybe like 2,000. So to sound like this. So typically inside of the gallery, this work is 3,000. However, I can tell you really love the piece, and because I do not have to split profit with the gallery as far as giving them a commission, I'm more than happy to take off 1,000 and just sell it to you for 2,000. What's gonna happen is, you originally could have sold that work for 2,000, and if it was through a gallery, it would have been 1,500. So you're making an extra 500. But once again, the buyer is gonna feel absolutely amazing. The simple fact that you're giving them that incentive, and it's gonna build you to relationship, and then it's gonna build your rapport, and they're gonna start to trust you and like you more. So like, wow, this person really thinking out for me. They're not just trying to make the extra profit on selling this work. And by the way, this doesn't matter if your work ever been in a gallery or not. You can still use the same idea, because that is true. If your work was in a gallery, most likely you'll have you charge more for that work, and then they'll take a percentage, which is in today's time most like 50%. Sometimes it'll get to like 60%. So if you're in conversation, if you just use that one phrase like I just mentioned, I kid you not, you'll have more people purchasing. People love deals. And the best way you do this is to make it specific to them. So if I'm in conversation, I would say like, hey, I could tell this work really relates to you because of whatever they said. And then I would say, typically in a gallery, this work would be however much it would be, 3,000. But because you love the work so much, and I don't have to like sell it through the gallery since you buy it directly from me, I could literally cut the gallery commission out and only sell it to you for 2,000. And they're gonna think you're amazing, and you're just gonna close that sale. But once again, if you use that, you're gonna have way more people buying your work. Okay, this is one of my favorites, and all my artists love this. So this is how to get your prints from $100 a print to, I have artists that literally sold prints for 800, literally, which is insane. We're talking about a print, $800, but that's by embellishing a print. That's a very specific way you want to go about embellishing prints, in my opinion. When it comes to embellishing prints, here's what you want to do. I always recommend looking for a local print shop. That's so you can actually go to the print shop, look at the color of the print instead of you having shipped all the way to your house and it not local, and then arrive and you realize the colors don't match or it's something out of place. So I always recommend local print shops. If you can't find a local print shop, just Google one online that you may and look at their reviews, see who have the best. That's simple. But once you do get the print, have it always shipped to you, not to the buyer, shipped to you. Once again, we're not worrying about shipping costs because we'll just charge that to the buyer. But have it shipped to you, and then once you have it shipped to you, you're going to embellish it. If you don't know what embellishing means, it just simply means going over the top of that print with extra details. Now, the most common embellishment would be to like get some type of varnish, some clear varnish, and you just create like fake brush strokes. Well, the brush strokes are actually real because it is brush strokes, but you'll create clear brush strokes over the artwork. I don't like that type of embellishment. I personally don't. I feel like it's so minor. If you really want to get really great, actually add details over the top of the work. Like this could be with some type of like art marker, paint, pencil, color pencil, like whatever you decide to use. Add some type of like details over the top. So like have that actual art piece, and then go over the top and add to that art piece. Like get creative. You probably want to get maybe like 10 prints to just test on, and then get creative and add little extra details. Spend maybe 5-10 minutes doing this. Do not get crazy and then you spend the extra 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, and that could have been an entire new piece. An extra 5 minutes in details will go extremely long way. And now here's the thing. At this point, it's still a print. One thing I don't like is when people would say, because they embellish it, it's no longer a print, it's an original. No, it's still a print. But now you could say it's a one-of-one print. It's a unique print that you went behind and added details to. And now that $100 print, you could easily sell for $350, even $400 if you wanted to. Because the person's going to see that print, once again, as a one-of-one piece. Because it is at that point. And then when you do this, once again, it's going to raise the print price. Because your print overall may cost you $20. I just say $20 for the print. High quality, nice print, $20. And then you was planning on selling it for $100, but now you're selling it for $350. At $350, you profiting. What is that? $330. My math is all over the place today. But that's $330 you profiting off of one print. But keep in mind, you don't even have to pay for shipping. Because let's say, once again, if somebody's spending $350, and it's a print, it's paper, so it's going to be lighter, and it's going to take up less space. So it's a print. It's $350. Let's say shipping costs you $40. That same person that I paid $350 would pay $390. And I already talked about like how to put the pricing into your artwork as well, right? Then imagine when you guys had a conversation. Look how it all ties back together. Imagine when you guys had a conversation. You say typically in a gallery, this piece would be $500. But because I'm telling it to you directly, I'm going to have it to take off a bit because I have to split the commission with the gallery, and it'll only be $390. Once again, I'm going to pause here. These little tips is the tips that can literally change your entire art career. It's these little things that makes all the difference. It's the little stuff, and it's actually pretty simple stuff. But once you understand it, one, and then master it, two, it's a game changer. If you start to communicate this in your conversations with potential buyers, you're going to be closing more sales. It's that simple. And we're not even done. We're just on number 3. So let's take this a step further. So we're gonna go to number 4. Number 4 is gonna be more about like how to build a fantastic relationship with that buyer, and this is how they become long-term customers. So we're gonna use the same print example that you just sold, right? This is why you want to have it shipped to you first. Before you ship it to that buyer, write a very, very personal letter specifically for them. Do not add any discounts, do not add any incentives, do not like make it generic. Write a personal handwritten letter, like on a little card, just saying like, hey, thank you. And mimic or mention something from you guys' conversation that you really admire. So this sounds something like this. Let's say I created an arc about the beach. I may write, hey, Sarah, first, I just want to say thank you for purchasing my artwork, as it means the world to me as I'm trying to take my career to the next level. But it was really the conversation we had when we got a chance to connect, and you told me how when you went to the beach, it changed your life, and it really reminded me of that time when I was at the beach. It felt like we already met before. So at this point, I feel like we're friends, and we're going to be friends forever. So thank you, friend. And then that's all. Watch what that do. And I would even say something like, if you ever want to chat, any concerns, any thoughts, hit me up. Reach out to me. Right? And then saying also, just let me know what you think about the piece. Enjoy. That would change you guys' relationship. Like, once again, this is how you turn buyers into long-term collectors. I'm going to tell you a story. I have an artist right now named Shaz Taylor. She sold the piece, I want to say for like $1,000 or whatever. I can't remember the exact price. 2,000, something. Let's just say 1,000. Right? Don't quote me on these numbers. But she sold the piece. Once she sold the piece, she wrote a handwritten letter to the buyer. When she wrote that handwritten letter to the buyer, the person felt so amazed. That person went behind and purchased like another 7,000 worth of art. So I say they spent 8,000 at this point. And now, this letter wasn't intentionally for to get them to purchase more work. She genuinely felt this way. But because of that, that person felt like, wow, this person is amazing. I want more of her work. And they purchased more work, which is fantastic. And literally, that led to the next thing, which I'm actually just jump straight into it, which would be, which one we on? I think this is 5. We're on 5. So 5. What happened with Shaz is after that person spent 8,000, she then sent them a gift to their house. The gift was 3 champagne bottles, custom designed, and it had the person name engraved on the bottle. Because in conversation, they chatted a bit. He talked about how he loves champagne. Back this up a little bit. He talked about how he loves champagne. She kind of like talked about how she drink, or like how they like whatever that would look like. But then she ended up giving him a nickname in conversation for the sake of this video. I just said the nickname was Champagne Goat. So she said like she gave him a nickname, Champagne Goat, and that they chatting and stuff like that. They built a genuine relationship. After he spent 8,000, she took $1,000 and got like these really fancy champagne bottles and engraved his name on it, which was the name she gave him, which was, let's just say, Champagne Goat. She sent it to him as a surprise, wrote another handwritten letter. He received the champagne bottles, literally cried, like, wow, this is the most amazing gift somebody ever got me. You're so freaking amazing. He then turned around, I want to say spent about 18,000 in total. So the best way to reference this is I tell my artists, and I'm telling you, treat your customers like actual family and watch what they do. Like, that's what she really did. She just treated them like family. And because she treated them like family, he was like, holy crap, wow, like, this is really amazing. It's really, really amazing, right? So that's the next thing. Send them a gift. It don't matter what it is. Like I talked about the print example. Imagine you had that print and you shipped it with a personal letter, but you just threw in an extra print. Like, hey, I just want to say thank you. I really appreciate you from purchasing my artwork. And I thought it'd be cool if I just throw in an extra print. And don't throw in the same print. Like, it don't make sense for a person to have the same artwork twice. Throw in a different artwork, a different print, same size. It costs you freaking $20 anyway. So you have the profit. So why not? So throw in a print, same size, say, and just say like, hey, thought it'd be cool for me to throw in extra artwork so you can have a cohesive body of work throughout the house. And watch what that do to you and that buyer relationship. It's gonna change your guys' relationship moving forward. They're gonna think like, holy crap, this person's so amazing. Like I spent $390 and now I got two artworks when I was expecting to get one. And it only costs you $20 a print. So you $40, it won't kill you. But watch what it do to you guys' relationship. Like go that extra mile and it's gonna change everything moving forward for you and that buyer. And by the way, for gifts, stuff that promotes your work is not a gift, right? Like, don't throw in no stickers of your work. That is not a gift. People throw in something that they'll really value, right? Don't throw in nothing like that just cheap and not thought about. Like, make sure it's well thought, and then make sure it's really, really something that they enjoy. It don't make sense to once again throw in two prints of the same artwork. Don't give them a small postcard artwork because they're not going to do nothing with that. They're not going to really value that. You want to get them something they truly, truly going to value and think is absolutely amazing. And then, what we on? Six. Here's the most underrated, most important thing you could do with your entire art career. And that's the ability to tell the story. Anytime you're in conversation, you're posting online, it don't matter. Never talk about your artwork directly. Believe it or not, potential buyers do not care. You may think they care. I get this all the time. Once again, I know that's gonna be like the art. I always get those like negative artists who comment on my videos and say, "What about this? You ain't mentioned that." Here's the thing. People only care once they decide they're gonna purchase. Other than that, they don't care about what medium you use. They don't care if it have gold leaf. They don't care how many hours it took you. None of those things, like the what's, don't matter. What material it is, right? That don't matter. The what and the how, do not talk about it. The only ones that care about these things are other artists. But your buyers do not care. However, they do care about the why. So you want to talk about why you created the artwork. And when you talk about why you created the artwork, you want to talk about that in a story form. And ideally, when that story resonate with that person, which means like they feel like they live the same situation or they come from a similar background, they then connect with that artwork and they 10 times more likely to purchase. There's an interview, if you want to, not an interview, a TED Talk by a guy named Simon Sinek, and I think it's called like Start With Why. Feel free to watch it. It's on like YouTube here. But it's a guy named Simon Sinek called Start With Why. And he talks about how Apple became the number one company. And Apple basically became the number one company because why everybody else was trying to talk about like what their product was and how it worked. Apple talked about why they created it and who it was for. And you want to do the same exact thing with your art. You want to tell your story, the why behind it. And then when you tell your why, people are going to connect with you if it's for them. So who is it for? It's for those who are going to connect with that why, which is more likely people who are similar to you. And this is what get people to buy because we are emotional creatures. And people make decisions on emotion and they justify those decisions based on logic. So I'm going to give an example of this because I want this to make sense. When the emotion part connect, that why, that story behind your artwork resonate with them, then you go back behind the logic and say, and also it's gold leaf. Also it's this size. And then they start saying, oh wow, I need a piece that size. Oh, and it's a bigger piece is worth that value. And they start to justify that emotional decision once again with logic. So anytime you're in conversation, online, in your captions, in your comments, talk about why you created the artwork. And not like what is in the artwork. These are 6 little quick tips I thought of as I was sitting here working. I thought, you know what, might as well record a quick video. I think it's valuable. If you did find this valuable, just leave a comment and then also start letting me know what you would love to see on this channel. I'm gonna put another video maybe like here for you to watch if you really want to start focusing on like taking your artwork to the next level. My only goal here is to try to provide as much value as possible in hopes that at some point in the future we end up working together. with that being said, I'll see you on the next video.